These are Grandpa Simpson's craziest moments. Grandpa invents an aphrodisiac tonic, and he and Homer go on the road to sell it. Grandpa versus sexual inadequacy, a crazy name for an episode, I know, opens with Homer and Marge having some troubles in bed. You know how life goes. Stress, work, kids. It's bound to happen, but they still couldn't. So when they came home after another failed attempt to spark up their marriage, Grandpa asked Homer what's wrong, but Homer said he wouldn't understand. It does sound awful, it's coming out of his mouth. Homer drove Grandpa back to his home, and Grandpa said he could help him with his loving problem. He said he had a home remedy for that. And I quote, "Put the dowsers back in your trousers." Now that expression is something I can handle. But as he was mixing it up in his sink, first of all, disgusting, he didn't notice that Homer had snuck out.
Here you go, you ingrate! Think of me when you're having the best sex of your life!
No, please don't say that. Homer drank the tonic and he immediately drove home to Marge. After snuggling, Homer was shocked that Marge wanted him to spend more time with his dad.
What about my New Year's resolution?
Your New Year's resolution was to spend less time with your father? Marge told Homer that they could make a lot of money, and he quickly changed his mind. He and Grandpa started making the tonic in bulk, and Homer said,
"After years of disappointments with get-rich-quick schemes, I know I'm gonna get rich with this."
And what does that sound like to you, Homer? They decided to try and sell the tonic in the mall, but Homer's salesman skills aren't really the best. He literally came up to men and accused them of being bad in the sack. It's not what you're selling, it's how you're selling it. But thankfully, Grandpa had better skills, and they even expanded their selling territory to other cities. But after they failed at selling their product in other towns, they started driving home when Abe saw a sign for a farm. They turned there, and Homer asked, "Why are they stopping at that dump?" They went inside and looked around. He was watching President Kennedy on TV, the relationship they have. Homer said that they're going home and that he's sick of Abe and his tonic. Abe said that if he hadn't taken that tonic all those years ago,
"You'd have never been born and I'd have been happy! You were an accident! Get out."
I don't think I've ever seen Homer this serious. Abe tried to say he's sorry, but Homer wouldn't listen. Marge asked Homer if he's really gonna ignore Grandpa for the rest of his life, meaning Homer's life, and he said,
"Of course not, Marge. Just for the rest of his life."
That seems a lot more reasonable. But he actually just smothered his children. He went to do some thinking, and he drove himself to his old house. Then Homer found a picture of himself with Santa and said that his dad wasn't even there when he got like father, like son.
We're both screw-ups.
Yeah, and let's just leave it at that. But just like Grandpa has a knack for making money, he also has a specific talent to make money disappear. After blowing Springfield's chances for an NFL franchise, Grandpa goes to an assisted suicide center. $1 Million AB starts with Homer actually doing something useful for the city and managing to get the football commissioner to expand the league and award a new team to Springfield. The commissioner was supposed to pay Springfield a visit, and the town changed street names in honor of his visit. But when the mayor gave the commissioner an introduction, he didn't come up on stage. Yeah, maybe changing street names wasn't such a good idea. The commissioner decided to stop in front of the Simpson house and asked to use the phone and the bathroom. Grandpa opened up and let him in and sat down to watch TV. When a show came on and they were talking about America's #1 problem, criminals who prey on elderly people. How convenient. Snake was telling the interviewer his experience.
I'd go to some geezer's house and ask to use their phone or their bathroom.
Okay, that's just a coincidence, Grandpa. But Snake continued by saying,
Then I'd steal their wallets, jewelry, and pictures of their grandkids.
Why would he take the pictures of the grandkids? Grandpa thought to himself if he knocked the man out, he'd be a hero and people would listen to his loose brain nonsense. That's not how it usually goes, Grandpa. Your nonsense would still be nonsense. The family was driving home and discussing how weird it was that the commissioner didn't show up. But when they walked in, everything was crystal clear.
Grandpa, that's the commissioner.
Well, I guess it's safe to say that Springfield won't be getting its football club. Homer lost his mind and told Abe that he's a useless man and to name one thing he does for the family.
"I watched the baby."
Where is the baby?
Well, I guess he doesn't do a very good job. The whole town was angry at Grandpa for what he did, and one of his friends from the home gave him a card for a doctor that does euthanasia. Abe goes for a visit and the doctor tells him he is a very good candidate for assisted suicide.
Aw, I think you're cute too.
Well, I wouldn't really take that as a compliment. Grandpa decided to take 24 hours to rethink his decision, and if no one calls him in that time, he'll go through with it. And guess what? No one called. So the next day he went to end it all, but as the meds were about to kick in, Chief Wiggum stormed in and told the doctor that the voters just overturned the assisted suicide law, just like that. But when Grandpa woke up, he thought he was dead. Then he went to Luigi's and saw his family.
You're all dead too?
So who went berserk, Fatso or the little guy?
Oh my Grandpa. You gotta hand it to him. His sense of humor is top notch. Lisa tells him that they're not dead and neither is he, which confuses him. He says that if he wants to commit suicide, he has to do it himself.
Suicide? Grandpa, killing yourself is a sin.
Marge says that God wants us to die of old age after years of pain and reduced mobility. That's a lot more painful than what he almost went through a few minutes ago. Grandpa says he doesn't want to kill himself anymore because in those few moments he thought he was dead, he was the happiest he's ever been because finally living without fear. So he said he's going to be living that way from now on. Meanwhile, the town has decided to use the arena they built for football for bullfighting instead. When Grandpa saw this, he said he wanted to be the matador, which broke Lisa's heart. Grandpa won his first bullfight, and after that, Lisa came to talk to him. She told him that life has given him another chance, and he shouldn't waste it killing innocent animals. Grandpa told her that he's 83 years old, and for the first time in his life, people are cheering for him.
I was always cheering for you, Grandpa. Till now.
Damn, she knows how to strike a chord. The next time Grandpa was in the ring, instead of killing the bull, he let them all out on the streets.
Thanks for setting me straight, sweetie.
Stay nodded, Grandpa.
That's a surprisingly happy ending for a potentially very sad episode. But what's even sadder is when someone grows old unexpectedly. And Grandpa's the one that made it happen. Abe and two of his friends move in with the Simpsons after the Springfield retirement castle closes. The winter of his content starts with Homer and Marge coming home from a date, and they're ready for some snuggling when the phone rings.
Retirement home lost its license and Grandpa has nowhere to live.
Another date ruined because of Grandpa. Homer and Marge went to pick up Grandpa at the home, and they asked what happened.
My contract clearly promised barely livable.
What did he put his poor father in? Marge said that Grandpa will be coming home with them, and Homer suggested an alternative. A dog boarding place. He'd put his dad in a kennel? Gee, no wonder Grandpa hates him. Marge saw Grandpa's friends from the home sitting inside, and she asked them when are their families coming to pick them up, but they said they had none. Marge wouldn't stand for that, and she told them that they're both coming home with them. Marge, you have no idea what you've just done. Homer saw what Marge was doing, and he said,
Grandpa is the closest thing I have to a father, and I love him. But 3 octogenosiuses?
Marge tried to remind Homer that they will grow old one day too, but Homer disagreed.
Glug, glug, glug. My lifestyle is my retirement plan.
I mean, it's a good plan. Death is inevitable that way. They drove home and they were setting up a room for 3 of them in the basement. Maggie started suckling on one of the bottles and Marge got scared.
Don't worry, Marge, it's childproof.
Except Maggie's not really a child, think about it. Lisa told Homer that maybe he should be nicer to Grandpa since they're learning how to take care of him by looking at how he's taking care of his own father. Homer realized Lisa's right, and he decided to find a way to coexist with Grandpa and his friends, so he started spending more time with them. First, they went out for breakfast at 6 in the morning, and Homer was amazed by it.
When does the exercise start?
This is it.
Oh no. Homer gets impressed by the fact that walking counts as exercise, and he says,
You have to wait till you're 38 to discover who you really are. I'm a 79-year-old man.
That's beyond disturbing. Homer even went to bingo with Abe. The woman tries to flirt with Homer, but Abe says,
Now, Mildred, he's a married man. You can't see the ring because his finger's too fat.
Well, damn, Grandpa, don't out him like that. Grandpa told Homer not to pay attention to the ladies flirting with him because all they want is to get a chicken dinner out of him. That gave Homer an idea. He brought home a chicken dinner for Marge, and she was surprised he knew she wanted it.
All you gals like chicken dinners, Marge.
Don't call me a gal. Makes me feel like I'm your mother.
But that wasn't the only thing Homer was doing.
You're turning into your father.
Yeah, that ought to do it. The next day, Marge was talking with her sisters, and she was telling them about how Homer's been acting lately. She said she didn't mind when Homer grew bald or that he got fat.
I didn't mind that he got fatter, but no one told me he'd get older than me.
Yeah, that's what happens when you start hanging out with older people. But one day, Homer and his new friends were walking on the beach when Homer saw some bullies giving Bart trouble, and he said they needed to help him.
Your generation did its part when it won World War II and created the Rockford Files. I got this one.
Are you sure that you do? Because that running isn't helping anyone.
I won't let the ravages of time catch up with me till I'm 52.
Homer defended Bart in his young spirit that day. But what happens when he has to take care of his other, much, much older son? Abe gets his driver's license back to impress a new woman at the retirement home. The Old Man and the Key starts with Grandpa getting a new roommate at the retirement center. Grandpa introduces himself, and he and Zelda start flirting. But then a much better looking senior comes over and and sweeps the ladies off their feet with his minivan.
I used to drive, but they pulled my license.
Well, no wonder. You can barely see or move. And I guess Zelda is the kind of woman that likes men who can see and drive. So she goes with Zach. Grandpa's disappointed, but he won't give up. So he goes to Homer and begs him for a driver's license. Marge gives in and says she'll help Grandpa get his license. But after he got it, he needed a car. Homer wouldn't give him his car because...
You'd probably drive it.
You don't trust your old man?
No, I think he doesn't trust any old man. Marge suggests that they should go on a double date so Grandpa can drive.
I can work the brakes myself.
No, you can't. You're slow to react, Dad.
Honestly, I'm impressed with how Homer's handling all of this. Grandpa kept going out with Zelda, but he crossed every line with Homer, and he's had enough. At that moment, Lisa went out to go to the library, and Grandpa got mad that she can go anywhere, and they don't yell at her.
Lisa doesn't borrow my car and stay out all night with some hoochie.
Oh, he just crossed a line? Grandpa defended Zelda and said that she's no hoochie, and she understands him, but Marge said that that's not true.
Shut up! You don't know her! Zelda loves me!
Wow, he really is a child. Grandpa ran into a room and started blasting music like a teenager. Marge said that maybe they should give Grandpa another chance, but Homer was the strict parent all of a sudden.
The way my dad made me learn.
He is your dad.
Cosmic.
Yeah, and such a full circle moment. The next day, Abe went to the store and his friends told him they heard he lost his driving privileges. Grandpa said he can still drive to the store, but he has to be back in 5 minutes with the items from the list. Grandpa took one scratching ticket, but the scrapings ended up on a man's jacket.
I should cut you like I cut sodium out of my diet.
Grandpa says that he isn't scared of him, and the men start fighting, and Apu tells them that violence is not the answer. They decide to meet at the abandoned aqueduct for the death race.
Seniors and seniors. Whichever car makes it through that tunnel first is the winner.
And they got the local criminal for it too? Wow, they must be serious. Grandpa makes the other car crash, and they win the race, but instead of stopping once they reach the tunnel, they drove to the other side and crashed the car.
Oh my God! We can't let Homer know!
Too bad you crashed in his backyard. Homer woke up and saw that Grandpa crashed his car. Since Abe doesn't have his car anymore, Zelda left him for Zach. Again.
Don't feel bad, Abe. I'll always think of you as my friend without a car.
What a gold digger. Later, Bart saw Grandpa trying to steal Marge's car, but without much success.
It's actually blue wire to yellow wire.
It is?
Isn't the fact that Bart knows how to hotwire a car at least a little bit concerning to him? Bart tags along on Grandpa's trip to Branson, Missouri to win Zelda back, and it didn't take a genius to know that Grandpa stole Marge's car.
Your father's out of control.
Oh, sure, when he does something bad, he's my father.
He's your father no matter how you look at it. They take the bus to find Grandpa, and they do, on stain, causing a big scene. He said that he has driven hundreds of miles to say something very special to someone in the audience. Aw, how romantic.
I just want to say, we're through! Nobody dumps Abe Simpson!
Oh, didn't expect that, but good for him. Then he called Homer to come up on the stage.
Son, can you forgive an old fool?
Only in public.
It's no secret that Homer and Abe's relationship is complicated. But how will Grandpa react when he finds out his whole family is talking about him behind his back? Grandpa gets a hearing aid, and finally, here's what everyone has been saying about him. Grampy Can You Hear Me opens on Grandpa's birthday, and Grandpa has been grumpy all day, and nothing seemed to satisfy him. The family took him to an outer space museum, and boy, was that a mistake.
Fire in the theater!
No! Your pupils aren't ready for Earthlight!
After that disaster, the family drove Grandpa back to his home, and he left the car without saying anything.
I got you the one birthday present you can really use.
A call girl that kills me after?
Damn, maybe they should put Grandpa on some antidepressants. The gift was, in fact, a hearing aid, and at first, Grandpa didn't want to take it because people would think old. Sorry to break it to you, Grandpa, but you are old. But then he put the hearing aid in, and all of a sudden, the world seemed to become a better place. Birds were chirping, and wind was whistling. The next day, Grandpa went to see his family to tell them about the great gift he got. But the gift also came with a few unpleasant surprises.
What's he doing here?
Didn't we just see him yesterday?
That's what they're saying under their breath?
Well, Grandpa, what did you think?
Thank God he can't hear us.
You're thinking God a bit prematurely. Homer didn't understand what was happening, and then Abe said he got a hearing aid and he heard everything they said.
We didn't mean the mean things we meant. We just said them because we meant them.
You could have fooled someone with that confusing sentence, but not Grandpa. Grandpa said they'll never see him again, and he went for a walk in the mall, but he was disappointed there as well.
Uh-oh, old guy. Don't make eye contact.
Poor Grandpa. Grandpa then went in a bar to dwell in his sorrows. And as he began telling the bartender about his troubles, the man turned off his hearing aid. Grandpa, the good thing about hearing aids is that you can turn them on and off. Meanwhile, Homer was still looking for his dad, but he couldn't find him.
But I found this guy who's willing to take his place.
I am Grandpapa.
Marge said she doesn't think anyone can replace their grandpa, but Grandpapa said,
Her husband, she looked through hundreds of Grandpapas. This was my third call back.
Gee, Homer, just like that? But then Homer got a call from the bartender who was serving Grandpa. The bartender said he's sending Abe home and he doesn't want to see him ever again. When Grandpa got home, he stood in front of the door and listened to what the family was saying about him.
Still bad-mouthing me behind my back.
I can't believe it, but I miss him so much.
If that's bad-mouthing, I want somebody to bad-mouth me.
And Maggie says,
U-R-A-D, light.
Oh, they're so sly. But nonetheless, they made Grandpa really happy.
Come get your grandpa, you sweet slices of melon.
Aw, we love you.
But even though his family finds him annoying sometimes, there's no place on Earth they wouldn't go for him. The Simpsons take a journey to Grandpa's past as a post-World War II toy model for plastic army men. Mad About the Toy opens with Grandpa babysitting Bart and Lisa, and since they were bored, they wanted to play some board game.
The game of life?
I already lost.
Okay, Grandpa. Guess nothing is good enough for him. But then Bart found some soldier toys, and Grandpa completely lost it.
Incoming! Outgoing! Staying the samey!
Okay, that trauma must be really kicking in. The next day, the family took Grandpa to see a shrink, but Grandpa was telling them that what he saw in the war didn't bother him at all.
I had a job to do and I did it. What secretly helped me was I enjoyed killing strangers.
Okay, now that's disturbing. The shrink said that Grandpa's fine, and there's nothing wrong with him. But Bart said that he completely lost it when he brought out the army men, so he took them out again. But then Lisa noticed something.
I think Grandpa was the model for these army men.
They took Grandpa home and asked him to tell them the story about what happened to him. Grandpa said that the war ended and Grandpa was in a really good mood when two men came to him and told him that he's just what they're looking for. They told him they wanted him to model for a toy, and Grandpa agreed. Marge asked him if they ever paid him, and Grandpa said they didn't.
well, that's what's torturing you. You could be owed millions of dollars.
I see dollar signs in Homer's eyes.
I don't have the money yet.
Then I don't quite love you yet.
What an awful thing to say. Grandpa went on all major TV channels and told his story, and he eventually got an email from the company. They asked him to come to New York and visit them. The family went to New York, and when they met with the toy company, Homer said that they owed Abe a great deal of money. But they told a different story. They said that Abe never signed his contract.
You think I left millions on the table? That doesn't sound like me.
Hundreds of millions.
The man said that everything was going great, and then Grandpa just ran out of the photo session. He said he didn't even know his name till this week. Grandpa said that couldn't be true. He'd never run away from a fake battle. The man said that their photographer, Philip Heflin, barely finished the session.
Philip Heflin?
I think we have another memory on our hands. Grandpa remembered how much fun he had at that photo session.
You're my kind of man, if you know what I mean. That's not what I meant!
Uh-oh, do I sense some gay panic? Grandpa told Philip that this is the 40s, and guys like him don't exist. So Philip just said they'll finish the session, but as he started shooting pictures, Grandpa lost it and ran away. After Abe ran out, the company found out about what happened and they fired Philip. Marge thought that they fired him for kissing an employee, but the man corrected her.
No, for being gay. That's just what you did in the good old days.
I bet they weren't so good for Philip. When the family was on the plane home, Lisa found out that Philip lives in Texas, and they decided to pay him a visit so Grandpa could set things straight and apologize for ruining his life. Well, Grandpa, what better time to question your sexuality than at the ripe age of 83?
Our manhood is under assault, Sergeant! Incoming gay panic!
The family gets to Texas, and Grandpa finds that Philip has his art gallery now.
I'm sorry I ruined your life.
ruined my life. You saved it.
I beg your pardon? Philip said that after he lost his job, he vowed to never live anything but his truth ever again. Philip told Grandpa that it's never too late to find your true self, but Grandpa said he's afraid he's too old to try anything new. Philip understood, but he still asked him to finish the photo session from all those years ago.
It's a shot I always wanted and never got. Your beautiful smile.
Aw, that's really sweet. But then Grandpa leaned in and kissed Philip.
Sorry, my friend. This army man is as straight as Gomer Pyle.
At least he tried something new. You'd think Grandpa would be honest with his family after everything they do for him, but no. Bart and Lisa convince Grandpa to let them use his name for episodes of Itchy and Scratchy they've written. The front opens with Bart and Lisa watching Itchy and Scratchy and noticing that it has changed quite a lot, and not in a good way. Bart says they could write a much better cartoon.
Write a cartoon ourselves? Bart, are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Probably not. Most definitely not. Bart and Lisa decide to write their own cartoon, and for two kids who spend a lot of time in front of the TV, their imagination is really good. They quickly finish the script, and all they need to do now is sign it. They decide to play rock, paper, scissors to see whose name will be first, and...
Poor, predictable Bart. Always takes rock.
Good old rock. Nothing beats that.
How can he think nothing beats rock? Has he never played rock, paper, scissors before? They send the script to Mr. Meyer, who owns Itchy and Scratchy, but he doesn't even look at it since he was in the middle of yelling at his employees. When Lisa saw that their script had been rejected, she thought that they should send it in again, but under a grown-up's name.
Well, how about Grandpa? He's pretty out of it.
Poor Grandpa. Some dementia meds would do him good. Bart and Lisa go to visit Grandpa, and...
Hey, Grandpa, we need to know your first name.
You're making my tombstone!
They don't know his first name? And good for him for thinking they're putting him in the ground, since apparently they know nothing about him. Bart and Lisa submit the script, but this time with the name Abraham Simpson signed, and Mr. Myers actually read it and loved it. They called up Abe at the retirement home, and when they asked him if he wrote the episode, he was confused at first.
We have a substantial check here for a Mr. Abraham Simpson.
That's right. I did the Iggy.
Mentioned cash, and Grandpa's all in. Grandpa went to Mr. Myers to get his check, and when he saw him, he was shocked at how old Abe is. But Grandpa wasn't satisfied with just one check. So Mr. Myers offered him a job. Mr. Myers pays well. Bart and Lisa were at home, and Itchy and Scratchy was about to come on, and they saw that their episode was aired on TV. Then Grandpa came and told Homer he was just dropping by after work, which was news to Homer.
They pay me $800 a week to tell a cat and mouse what to do.
I see.
No, Homer, don't put your dad in a mental institution. Bart and Lisa said they wanted to talk to Grandpa, and Homer said,
But if he starts to wig out, try to lure him into the cellar.
If my children turn out like Homer, and I disappear suddenly, be sure to check them out first. Bart and Lisa explained to Grandpa that they put his name on the script and sent it in. Bart asked him how he didn't wonder why he was getting checks for doing absolutely nothing. Why would he? He got the money, that's all he needs to know. Bart and Lisa said they'll continue writing the scripts and sign Grandpa's name on it. A few days later, Mr. Myers told Grandpa that he's been nominated for an award and that his writing is so good that he fired the other writers. Grandpa says that they are all doomed now. Yes, you are doomed.
I'm a complete fraud.
What is he getting so upset about? It's not like he's writing the cartoons. Grandpa was getting ready for the award ceremony and he was preparing his acceptance speech. Grandpa starts his speech by saying that it is a tribute to America that...
The man who once took a shot at Teddy Roosevelt could win back your trust.
Excuse me, what? Bart and Lisa came in and asked Grandpa if he's ready for the awards.
Did you call the girl from the escort service?
They said their insurance won't cover you.
I guess you're going without a date, Grandpa. The three of them went to the awards, and the hosts presented the nominees. And they said that Abe won. But while Grandpa was watching a clip from the show, he realized he didn't like what he saw.
Disgusting and violent. I think all you people are despicable. For shame!
Some acceptance speech that is. People started booing him and telling him to get off the stage after he said that.
I guess nobody likes the truth, huh, Grandpa?
Nope.
But what happens when Grandpa becomes even more out of it than he already is? A new pill at the Springfield Retirement Castle causes Grandpa to hallucinate back to his happiest moments. Love is in the N2O2ARCO2NEHECH4 starts on Valentine's Day, and Homer and Marge are at a party at Homer's work when Grandpa calls Homer to tell him that he's alone, and...
That cat who can smell if you're dying is staring at me. What are you looking at?
I hope I don't get this way when I'm old.
This cat cat has taken 5 this year. People in their 90s don't just suddenly die for no reason.
Well, there is a reason. It's called old age. Homer says they'll come, and Grandpa tells him to hurry because the cat looks like she's ready to eat him. Homer and Marge get to the retirement home, and everyone seems depressed, sad. No wonder Grandpa's always hanging out at Homer's house. This place is depressing. The seniors take the pills, and they suddenly feel a lot happier, and they start hallucinating.
Mona, I thought you were gone.
Mona's hallucination says she hasn't left, and she never will. Grandpa says that she doesn't sound like the Mona he knew.
I'm the Mona that lives in your memory, with all the anger turned to honey.
Those pills are working fast. But Abe wasn't the only one hallucinating. Everyone had their own hallucination, and they all started dancing.
You think it's okay to leave them here?
Marge, all we ever do is leave them here.
It's brutal, but it's honest. The next day, Marge took the kids to see Grandpa, and when they got there, she saw the seniors were still hallucinating. Marge wouldn't let the orderly woman take advantage of the people there, so she decided to have a little chat with her.
You can't keep pumping powerful drugs into people who can't even bite into a peach.
I mean, she can, but that doesn't mean should. The woman said,
If these seniors aren't medicated, I can't binge watch Boardwalk Empire.
I mean, they don't do much anyway, so what's it to you if they're medicated or not? If there's one thing Marge can't stand, it's being rude and taking advantage of people. So she did the only thing left for her to do, put the woman's pencil out of her hair.
You broke me. I'm going to say something I've never said. How can I help you?
The next day, when Marge came to visit Grandpa, she saw that everyone was depressed. The nurse said she admits the hallucinations were getting out of hand, so she stopped the meds and hid them in the one place they'll never look, the library. But they didn't count on the fact that Grandpa goes there because it's the only room in the building with heat. Will someone get Grandpa a better nursing home? Marge told Grandpa she shouldn't be taking those meds, and he said,
Every night I watch my roommate cry himself to sleep. Yesterday I found out it was a mirror.
Okay, that's making me depressed and in need of a good cry. Grandpa ran out and hallucinated his old car, so he got in and drove to some party.
It's America the way I liked it, before we went to the moon and discovered how boring it was.
I mean, I wouldn't know, but I bet he's right. Grandpa hallucinated Mona and they were dancing, but then he somehow controlled his hallucination and changed her appearance.
This ends right now. She's not real. None of this is real.
The fact that Marge put this much effort into Homer's father truly is something.
Unescorted women like you aren't allowed in this era.
Now, Grandpa, let's not be sexist. Marge told him he can't live with his hallucination and that he has people in the real world who love him. Lisa told him that if he lives in the past, then he doesn't have them.
What's more precious to a grandpa than his grandchildren?
His grandson.
Well, that'll sure make him change his mind. Grandpa says that Bart's sexist argument has won him over.
We women will have our day.
Attaboy.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to leave a comment down below with your favorite Abe Simpson moment.